100 Boeing 787s ordered worth $20 billion. When you see such an airline announcement regarding a massive aircraft order, have you ever wondered how they actually make this decision? What factors they consider while selecting that specific aircraft? Buying an aircraft is different from buying a car. We are talking about aircraft that cost anywhere from $89 million to over $400 million each, with commitments that will shape the airline's future for the next 20 to 25 years. Welcome back to Coop Aviation. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any updates from Coop Aviation. Today, I'm breaking down the complex, fascinating process of how airlines decide which aircraft to buy, from the initial analysis to the final handshake. This is a multi year process involving billions of dollars and dozens of factors most passengers never think about. So let's dive in. The legacy carriers decide what aircraft to buy through careful and rigorous fleet management, a long horizon process that combines the airline strategy and its network, the fleet that offers the lowest risk profile over roughly 25 years of asset life. Think about it, 25 years. The aircraft that airlines order today will still be flying in 2050. According to Air Transport Management Research, airlines follow a very long and complex process to decide on the aircraft types and model they acquire. It begins with the fundamental questions. What routes do we want to fly? Where are we growing? And what's our competitive advantage? A long haul international carrier like Emirates needs very different aircraft than a budget airline like Ryanair flying 2-hour European routes. An airline expanding into Asia needs long range capability. An airline focusing on domestic routes needs fuel efficiency and quick turnarounds. According to industry experts, aircraft selection typically spans anywhere between 18 months to 36 months, from initial evaluation to contract signing. But here's the catch: once you sign the contract, you are looking at another 4 to 7 years before delivery. For popular models, major fleet decisions require board level approval and affect the airline strategy for the years to come. Airlines can't react quickly. They have to predict what the market will look like the years in the future. Once an airline knows its strategic direction, everything comes down to economics. And a key metric is something called the CASM, cost per available seat mile. CSM is determined by taking all of an airline's operating expenses and dividing it by the total number of available seat miles produced. For example, 200 seat plane flying 4,000 miles generates 800,000 available seat miles. According to Simple Flying's fleet management analysis, airlines compare the candidate aircraft on multiple factors beyond the cost price. They analyze the fuel burn, the maintenance profile, the shop visit exposure, and dozens of other variables. Here's what most people don't understand: the purchase price is just the beginning. According to AeroTime's investigation, financial considerations, operational requirements, fleet compatibility, future projections, training, and infrastructure all need to play a role in the selection. An airline buying a new aircraft type needs to train its pilots, which can take up to 4 to 12 months. They need spare parts inventory. They need maintenance facilities with the right tools and technicians. They need ground crew trained on that specific aircraft. That's why airlines like Southwest have operated only with Boeing 737s for decades. It massively simplifies operations and reduces costs. Airlines try to match the expected demand for a given day with a certain number of available seats. But they also need flexibility. If one aircraft goes down for maintenance, they should be able to substitute another without disrupting the schedule. Airlines operating mixed fleets, both Boeing and Airbus, face higher training and maintenance costs, but they gain the negotiating leverage and flexibility. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Those list prices you see announced, they are not the exact price. Both Airbus and Boeing have revealed on various occasions that aircraft are sold at heavily discounted rates. In 2019, Airbus stated that the true value of its aircraft order book is significantly less than the list prices by about 50%. Boeing is also seen to sold its aircraft at discounts ranging anywhere between 40% to 60%. So when manufacturing announces a $20 billion order, the airline is probably paying around 10 billion. Still a massive sum, but the discount is substantial. Three major factors determine the discounts. First, the order size. Airlines seeking to purchase aircraft in bulk are more likely to gain leverage during the negotiation process. Manufacturers prefer larger orders for production stability. Then there is loyalty. Airlines that have a consistent history of buying from Boeing are rewarded with more favorable pricing. Long term relationships matter. Lastly, the market conditions. In a buyer's market, where the supply of aircraft exceeds the demand, the airlines have a stronger position to negotiate substantial discounts. For example, when the Boeing was trying to rebuild confidence after the 737 MAX grounding, they were more willing to offer deeper discounts to secure these orders. But it's not all about money. Passenger perceptions influence aircraft selection more than airlines publicly acknowledge. Business travelers paying premium fares prefer specific aircraft types, offering superior comfort. Try convincing a corporate client that they will be flying 14 hours in an older 777 when the competition offers a brand new A350. They will always book with the competitor. Airlines planning for a long term fleet strategies must consider the aircraft meeting future environmental standards that are not yet implemented. New generation aircraft offer 20 to 25% better fuel efficiency and lower noise emissions. Airlines must consider sustainable aviation fuel and systems meeting the emerging SAF mandates. Purchasing aircraft unable to comply with the anticipated regulation creates premature retirement risk. According to Simple Flying, there's another factor most airlines won't admit publicly: political influence, namely the expectation that airlines in certain parts of the world should favor manufacturers from that region. This has been often leveled against airlines in China, which have placed significant orders with Comacs range of commercial aircraft. However, Western carriers are also not immune to this kind of political pressure. State owned airlines often face pressure to buy domestically or from strategic partners, even if another manufacturer offers a better aircraft. So, how do airlines actually pay for aircraft costing hundreds of millions of dollars? Many airlines don't own this aircraft outright. Just as we can borrow money, airlines are able to take out secured and unsecured loans to buy aircraft. However, given the huge sums at play, this may be provided by consortium of banks rather than one individual lender. But the more common approach is leasing. According to AeroTime, 4 out of 10 commercial aircraft worldwide are on lease from specialized leasing firms. According to University College Dublin's aviation finance expert Thomas Colon, leasing companies tend to have better credit ratings than most airlines. Therefore, they can borrow at better rates and pass some of the advantage onto their customers. They are also able to place bulk orders, and that makes it easier to secure big discounts from manufacturers. Owning airplanes outright gives the company more assets, adding value to the business and giving it some options for raising liquidity in the case of financial difficulties. But leasing offers flexibility. Airlines can expand quickly without tying up massive capital. Here's the final complication: manufacturers maintain multi year production backlogs, limiting airline flexibility. An airline needing aircraft with 18 to 24 months faces very limited options. This sometimes forces airlines to buy from the used aircraft market, lease planes, or even accept delivery slots from other airlines' cancel orders, often at a premium. So now, when you see that headline about an airline ordering 100 new aircraft, you know what's going behind it. Years of strategic planning, complex economic modeling, tough negotiations, and billion-dollar financial arrangements. When an airline commits millions of dollars to purchase a wide-body aircraft, the decision involves years of analysis examining dozens of factors. It's one of the most significant decisions any airline makes, shaping its competitive position and profitability for decades. Pretty incredible when you think about it. All that complexity just so we can book a $300 ticket and complain about the legroom. So, what surprised you most about this process? Let me know in the comments. If you found this deep dive valuable, like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Coop Aviation. Until then, fly safe